Hello, everybody, and welcome back to FIFA 18 Ultimate Team presented by a beginner. And that is me. This is Kids Are Asleep Gaming. And when we left you last time, this is what our squad looked like. We were a 75 overall with a 57 chemistry, kind of running this 4-2-2-2 formation, which gives us that best chemistry at this point. We'll have to see whether or not we can continue to get better. We've just been working through the objectives. We made our way through the starter objectives, and now we're working on our club objectives. We've named our club. We've done some formation playing around. We've applied a fit consumable. But now it is time to play another match here. Very excited to get this one underway. I hope you guys are excited as well. So we're going to go ahead and get into this one. We're going to play this match. It is going to be our new club team, Kids Are Asleep, versus Burnley. Looks like Burnley is a 75 overall going against our squad, obviously sitting at a 68 overall. Also, you see the squad name down at the bottom there is still Lewisham City. I may at some point also try to change that one, but we'll kind of have to wait and see how that goes. Today, we're going to switch things up and go with our purple tops and lime green shorts going up against Burnley. We're just going to put them in all whites. So let's go ahead and move forward here. I think we're going to move here from beginner to amateur, as the first two games I've just been doing on beginner, and we won. I think the first one was 3-1. The second one was 8-0. So obviously my team is getting better. Either that or the competition was not very good. But I decided it was time to go ahead and bump it up to the next level here. Just amateur still. But we're going to go ahead and get this one started as Burnley gets it here with the kickoff. And I can tell right away that they're just a little bit more aggressive here, as they're kind of taking it up the sideline here. Very exciting to see them be a little bit more aggressive. I don't feel like I saw any of this on that beginner level, and that one just goes out, and that is going to give us a kick here. Again, we're just showing you some highlights. Here is a corner kick for Burnley. That one comes up and over, and that one is knocked out and away. Kick up to Silva, actually, it looks like, and we're going to see if we can get a little bit of offense going now. Still a little bit early. That looked like it was actually a foul, but we're going to jump ahead here now to the 10-minute mark. João Pedro's got the ball, but he loses it. Again, Burnley is showing definitely a little bit more aggressiveness here as any other team that we have played, but we get the ball right back here, but then lose it once again, and they're going to have an opportunity here maybe to score. He's going to try to center it, but he is unable to do so, and we get that ball out of there luckily. But we're coming right back here on the offensive side, trying to get kind of a fast break score here, if you will. Silva's got the ball. He's coming in, tries to center it, but Burnley intercepts that soft, easy pass, but we get it right back, and we're going to come back with another center, and that one is knocked away, headed out. That's going to give us a corner kick here, but I think actually we're going to jump ahead now to the 17-minute mark, as we're coming right back up the field here once again, trying to get into score. And there's a nice pass to João Pedro, who takes that one just wide right. He is very disappointed, had a great opportunity there to score, but unfortunately unable to capitalize. And now Burnley is back on the move here. They're getting forward. They got an opportunity here. They center it back, but that is knocked out by D-Light. Great way to get that one out of there. Just kick it away. And next, Burnley continues to have the ball here. They got it in the middle of the field, coming right back. Lots of just spinning around in circles, it looks like to me. But now we're going to jump ahead to the 40-minute mark as we've got the ball again here, trying to come back against once again on offense. And there's a nice pass, and that one is rifled over the goalpost. Kagawa had a chance there, but he hit that one too hard. So now we're at the 45-minute mark in extra time, and there's another nice pass here. We got an opportunity once again and rifled it over once again. Silva this time, 2 times in a row there, had great opportunities. So we're going to go into halftime with the score 0-0. The Kids Are Asleep Club versus Burnley. Very exciting to see a little bit more aggressiveness from the CPU this time around. They're definitely getting in, trying to score. We missed a great opportunity right there as João Pedro just hits it wide right. And then coming, they actually did the same exact thing. I don't know if I actually saw that one earlier, but then we had a couple here right at the end of the half. Just rifled it over. Kagawa did one, Silva did one, just kicking it a little bit too hard. So again, the score is 0-0, and here we go in the second half with an opportunity once again here for Kids Are Asleep, and we kick it, and this time it is good. We got that shot perfect, as Kagawa actually hits that one to the opposite side, and the goal to make it now 1-0 here for Kids Are Asleep. So very exciting. He kind of just took it down the left side here and then kicked it back over to the right side and got just enough juice on that one to get it into the goal. So very nice goal there by Kagawa, and we now lead this one 1-0. So let's go ahead and jump ahead now to the 57-minute mark, and we've got another opportunity here. It looks like nice center and header up over the top. Great opportunity there once again, but unfortunately not able to get it in. But we're coming right back once again here as we get it ahead. Nice through pass there, and looks like Kagawa's got another option. Very similar goal as last time, but he gets a second one on the day. Kind of down that left side, kicks it back to the right side. Oh, the goal. Great passing there. Great through pass to get it to Kagawa, and he was able to get that one in from the left side. Looked like a right-footed kick back to the right side of the goal. Great kick by him. Very similar to his last goal, actually. But that is exciting to see, as now Kids Are Asleep leads 2-0. And that actually is going to end this one. The rest of the match was not very exciting, but Kagawa is the player of the game with his 2 goals on 3 shots on goal. So very exciting to see him get involved. He's one of my lone players, I believe. And so we'll have to see whether or not he can continue to play as well as he did today. Much better game, much more challenging. So that was exciting to see, kind of the next jump up, moving up from beginner to amateur, and that actually looks like it allows us to get a little bit more coins. I think if you play at a higher level, maybe you get more coins. I'm not really quite sure. We'll kind of have to wait and see. If anybody knows the answer to that question, please let me know in the comment section. Again, I am just learning this game. I am brand new to it. This is just my 3rd game. Again, we're starting out on the lowest level possible, beginner level. But that is actually going to finish out the club stuff here. So let's take a quick look at what our award is. And it looks like it is going to be a contracts pack. Not very exciting, I guess. But, if your players are getting low on, ability to play in games, then you can apply this contract pack to these players in order to get them to be able to play more games. I guess per card, if you will, if that's what you want to call it, or per player. They can only play so many games, so you're kind of constantly changing and switching things up. And after a while, you only get so many games, so this is kind of allows you to potentially get more. So not a bad, pack, if you will, but obviously we want to get players and we want to get better, so we'll kind of have to wait and see here what we decide to do. But that is actually going to do it for this club section of these objectives, so that we have completed it, and we should get one more award, I think, for doing that. So let's take a look here, and we're going to get a silver reward pack. So we'll kind of have to see what we get out of this pack. Hopefully it's a player that we can use, that we can be excited about. We've been able to kind of play well, do well here so far. But I would be excited to get another player that we can add to the squad to continue to make this squad better. And it looks like it is Grassy, just a center mid, 71 overall. It'd be nice to have him on our bench, at least as it stands right now. We pretty much have golds, just a couple of silvers on our starting 11. But all the rest on the bench is bronze. So it will be nice to add him to the squad. To kind of be a reserve player, although at this point I haven't really needed and or found it necessary to use any of my players, and I still don't even know the answer to the question, what is the difference between your sub players and your reserve players? So again, if you know the answer to that question, hit me up in the comment section. I would be curious to find out what exactly that means, but it looks like here we got a new coach, and so I think it's maybe time to replace our manager, our bronze manager, for now a silver manager. I feel like that's better. I'm not sure what having this new coach does or new manager does for our squad, but we'll take it. We'll take him. No matter what, it's better, I think, or as it relates to the bronze manager. Now we got a silver manager, so I'm not quite 100% sure. But now we're looking at the next set of objectives called the FUT Basics. We got the improving chemistry. We got some contract extensions. Oh, and I kind of jumped ahead there to take a look at a win by 2, which I did. So I actually noticed that I had an award sitting there, and that is a couple hundred coins. And it looks like another silver reward pack. So let's go ahead and open up this one. This is going to at least give us another silver player, maybe another good player for our bench. And it ends up being a goalkeeper, and that is a 74 overall Gabriel. Not quite sure how to pronounce that, but that is a 74 overall. Not bad to have on the bench. Some players obviously to fill in if needed. Again, not quite sure if and or when I'll actually need to use those players, but it's always good to have them. Obviously, you've got a bench and you got your subs and your reserves for some reason. And it actually looks like we also got another kit there, so maybe we can be switching up our uniforms. We'll kind of have to wait and see. We've got a couple of openings here. We're going to put these new silver players in. Obviously, just to kind of finalize this, still sitting at a 75 overall with a 57 chemistry. And again, really, that's a big part of that is based on the formation, because obviously if I change the formation, the chemistry changes. But it looks like I'm going to go ahead and see if I can replace some other players, bring some of these other silver players I have in the club area over to the squad. I wish there was a quicker way to do this. As I've kind of learned, it seems slow. Can't really decide how to get to it. But then I started looking at this other area here in Ultimate Team called Squad Building Challenges. Not quite sure what this area is. It looks like if you do a little something there at the beginning, you can get a little kit, fancy PlayStation uniform. Looks like it's you're exchanging some players or cards. Not quite sure what exactly that is. We'll maybe come back to that here in a little bit and take a better look. But we're going to continue here with our FUT basics. First off here, we need to improve our chemistry. It looks like we need to match a league or a nation. So we're going to take a look here at what makes the most sense to improve our chemistry by changing out one of our players. And it looks like up at the top here, it looks like we can just change out our striker here right at the top. And as you can see, as I kind of rotate around, it actually changes the chemistry. And so that actually allows us to complete that task, but obviously we're not going to keep that player there because he's just a 55 overall bronze player, so we definitely want to put Silva back up there. So we're still continuing at the 75 overall, but we do get a reward for doing that. And it looks like it is another contracts pack here. So we will again have some more contracts. So as our players start to get used more and more, as we continue to play more and more games, then I guess we'll have the ability to allow some of these players to play longer if we want to keep them around. But the next step is actually to apply a contract extension on a player. We've only played 3 games, so I don't really know that this is necessary, but it's what we have to do to kind of work through these objectives. The question is, who do we want to do this for? And as I kind of started messing around with this, I wasn't really quite sure what it meant to be this lone player. Ultimately, I'd love to be able to keep these guys. I mean, this is a 92 overall goalkeeper. Why would I not want to keep this guy? So to me, I wanted to try to give my contract extension to one of these lone players, but lo and behold, you cannot do that. So that is something that I learned here. And then I even noticed as I was kind of scrolling through, all of our lone players have these blue outlines, and it actually tells you how many games you have left with these players. But ultimately, I took this left backer here and was able to apply an extension to him. And so we completed that task, but this is how our team still currently stands at a 75 overall. But now since we did that, we are able to garner ourselves another reward, which is just 150 coins. Not very exciting there. The next one is a Team of the Week challenge. I'm not quite ready to play another game yet, so now we have to buy a contract, it looks like. And so actually what I ended up doing, I thought that meant I just needed to buy a player. At least that's what I assumed was happening. And so I decided to go through here and start adding some players to the squad. But as I'm doing it, I'm realizing that I'm not completing my objective. But in any case, I think what we ended up doing was actually making our team better. So I'm not overly disappointed in that fact, but we were able to get this nice 76 overall defensive midfielder to start. And as you will see here moving forward, we also got a new striker here in Alario at a 78 overall. None of these players are costing me very much in coins, which is very good because I don't have a lot of coins. Obviously, still kind of sitting here low on the totem pole, if you will. I started with just over 1,000. This far into the cycle of FIFA 18, I'm sure is helping me out here a little bit, as none of these gold players cost very much. But we're adding ourselves some gold players there. But then ultimately, I figured out I actually have to go in and buy contracts. And so that is what I finally figured out and did. So I was able to do that, but then that of course only garnered me another 150 coins back. And so this is where our team now currently stands, though, after we made the changes, after buying those players, which I thought that was what I was supposed to do. But now we are at a 76 overall with now 45 chemistry. So we've actually dropped down in chemistry. As I was also doing this, I realized, what this whole chemistry thing means. Obviously, you want to try to find players that fit better into your chemistry, and a lot of that, it looks like it has to do with nation and or leagues that the players play in. If you can match up, that's kind of what all these bars between all of the players I figured out means. And so obviously you got some yellows, you got some reds, but obviously you want to have greens there. But as we kind of got back to this squad building challenges, I decided to go ahead and mess around with this a little bit. I kind of thought as I was getting started here that I actually was trying to build up my squad. But lo and behold, that's not exactly what I was supposed to be doing. And as I got to messing around with it, I was really struggling figuring out exactly what I was supposed to be doing. But luckily, I was streaming this on Twitch, and I had some very nice folks that were out there kind of helping me figure out what to do. And so I was able to submit the squad here, kind of do an exchange with some extra players, I guess, if you will. So I think, I figured out ultimately that what you are trying to do here is get rid of, if you've got cards to get rid of, trying to get rid of some of your excess cards and or players and put them in these squad building challenges, which then will garner you more stuff, whether or not that's packs, whether or not that's coins, whether or not that's, there are obviously a multitude of things you can get. We kind of were able to finally, after messing around with it, get that first exchange done. It gave us a bronze pack. Not very exciting pack, I'm assuming, as obviously there's not really much you can do with a bunch of bronze players unless you're going to dump them right back into the squad building challenge. But there's only so many of these, and after a while they start to get more difficult. You need to have more experienced and or better players. And so this was me trying to work through and figure this thing out. I was able to get another one done here, so I have submitted this squad and was able to ultimately get another bronze pack. So that's 2 bronze packs now that I have earned. But ultimately, I want to get through this third step, because if I get through this third step, then I think I get that kit that has the PlayStation uniform in it, which I would be very excited to use for just for fun. And so that's really what I was working towards, really trying to get to and figure out. And we kind of hit a snag here as I got to this next squad builder challenge, and I struggled and I struggled and I struggled trying to figure out how to make it all match up. And so I actually came away from it for a little bit and decided, you know what, I'm going to just go open up these bronze packs and figure out what's in them. And ultimately it's a bunch of players that aren't very good. Let's be honest. You get a ton of bronze players. You do get some contracts and some other things as well. I was able to pull out, a couple of other things, including some fields and some things, but nothing. Everything kind of is at that bronze level, so nothing really that is that exciting. But no matter what, opening packs is fun. Of course, I wish they were a little bit better players. As you can see there, just a 56 overall that pops up as the best player in this bronze pack. So we're just kind of dumping all these guys right into our club, not really messing with anything. And then I made my way back and finally figured it out again with some help with some really nice people there. I was able to get this one figured out and finished it. And so we got another bronze pack here, as well as, so that actually completed the let's get started in squad building challenges and allowed us to get a 2 players pack and the kit there with the PlayStation uniforms, which I'm very excited to use. So that was kind of fun. That's actually a gold item, as you can see there. So now we're going to go ahead and open up these 2 other packs that I got. Again, this is just another bronze pack. So not very exciting once again here, as we just get a 57 overall striker. As you can see, I just kind of skipped through that one, and then we got a bunch of more bronze players on top of that. So all of those we're just going to dump right into the club. And then we got this 2 player pack. So we're going to take a quick look at what is in this one. Obviously, it's just going to be 2 players. It looks like we are going to get 1 gold player here. So let's go ahead and open up this pack and see who we get. Very excited for this one because obviously it is a gold player. It is definitely going to help our squad. And as it kind of unveils here slowly but surely, is going to be right midfielder Sarabia, 80 overall. So that is a nice get for us. Definitely a player that we can use. And it looks like the second player is a 70 overall silver player. And that will be another nice addition to our bench. And I feel like no matter what this episode, we got better. We went from a 75 overall to a 77 overall, although we did lose some chemistry going down from actually a 57 to a 45, so that's not good. And we'll definitely have to address that moving forward. But as you can see, our starting 11 is now all gold players, and now we've got a really good bench here with 6 silvers and the 1 gold, which we may have to move up to the starting 11. We'll have to wait and see. But now as we look ahead here, we need to finish out our objectives. And so the last one here in this section is to play the Team of the Week game. And so that is how we will open up our next episode, and we will finish up this last set of objectives, get our award, and move on from there. So thank you again for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're learning something as I am. If you have any suggestions, please hit me up in the comment section. Help me out a little bit. I want to get better at this game. I'm really enjoying it. So I would love it if some people could give me some suggestions, some ideas on how I can be better at this game. But no matter what, I'm loving it. So I hope you are too. Thank you for watching. Again, if you like, please hit that thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you do not miss any more action here moving forward in this FIFA 18 Ultimate Team presented by me, a beginner. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.